All right, guys. I'm going to do a follow-up here to the chestnut tree as I continue to try to save this tree. I do see much better promise. The tree is still weak, but it is an improved looking growth or strength coming to the tree. You can see where the fertilizer is kicking in. See that line? Light green, dark green. This is only going to get darker now that the fertilizer's kicked in really hard, especially on this side. I need another good rain, but this tree is definitely starting to react. Leaf sizes are definitely looking a lot better. So I'm kind of leaning toward that there was some sort of possibility that the canker that I found in here could be the culprit. And these trees are notorious for cankers. So that's what this ballooned out area is right here, is a canker. Now, I don't think it got very deep per se. You can see the growth ring right there, which is right behind this actually. That's your growth ring right there. So this tree could be on the verge of being saved. And it did shoot out a sucker limb below the canker. So that's probably evidence that this may be the issue with the tree, or the soil right here is in combination with the canker weakened the tree severely. This is one of the stranger things I've seen, which is a sign of how weak this tree has gotten. I have not found a single catkin forming in this tree yet. It's a little, might be a little early, but usually this tree's really aggressive about sending them out right about now. And I'm just not seeing that. So this tree will continue to get a fertilizer regimen to the tune of probably another 25 pounds. I may try maybe 30 at the most, but at least another 25 pounds is coming in its future. But at least the leaves are reacting. So this tree could snap out of it. There is hope here, but it may end up being barren this year as far as production. And you can see up here in the top where that died off up there. But all death has stopped. I have not seen any new progressive death. So it's growing, that's good. At least right now I can have some good report on it. It's not the strongest report I want to give, but it is improving. So we'll see what happens as this tree progresses. All right, so this tree over here, we had a serious problem. Ambrosia beetle has attacked the tree, and you can see it right there. I had sprayed bifin on here, but it didn't have enough time to build up. And I'm going to, see right there's one. That little beetle kills your tree. So we're not going to give him any more opportunity. This side is unaffected for now. So what I want to do is I want to come in here with a chainsaw and remove this whole front half right here. It's got to go. So this one I tried to save as a backup is no longer a backup. It is an immediate danger to the tree. And if this keeps dying off enough, it's going to kill it at some point. But I'm going to have to really work to save this tree. Hopefully nothing will happen. I noticed that the growth started slowing down in the tree. I actually added a little bit of fertilizer here to see if I could help override it, because if it inserts this fungus, one of the things that I've done is dump a heavy dose on the tree, and it has pulled out of it in the past. Not every time, but at least I have a small percentage of the time it actually works to save the tree. So now we want to check on evidence of boron, right? The treatment hasn't been that long ago. These trees are growing already really fast, especially this tree. Very aggressive on the growth. Looks really healthy. And we have a lot of catkins on here. So I'm going to have to find some way to get up here to show you. I don't know if I can. I've trimmed all these limbs so far up now, it's hard to reach. Let's try zooming in right here. See them? Those little stick looking things right there? It's got them. They're all over the tree. There's some more right up there. All right, this tree is going to be really productive from the looks of it. So the other tree I want to show, and I might show another one here that's got better access to catkin's image on here, is the one I didn't put boron treatment out on last year. And real quick, let me look at this one before I move on. I might have something to show. And not on limbs that I can reach anyway. Or maybe I do. Hold on a second here. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Catkins. It is now really taking off on the catkin production. Look at all that future stuff fixing to happen. Boron's working right there. So let's go to this tree. Surely to goodness, it's going to do better than last year, right? That is definitely the goal. It's growing really good. I'll say that. Probably the most aggressive look. This is one of the signs that boron is working. It does increase growth rates in trees, along with all other plants it's treated with. So this is a good sign that the roots are pumping on this tree. So is there any catkins in here? And oh, I do see them, but it's going to be hard to get an image. There's a whole bunch of them right there. It's looking a bit more stacked as far as catkin production. This one's actually really bushy, so I can't quite see to the top. Oh, I see a lot on this limb. That's hard to show. I'll just have to wait till they get longer. I see a lot on this one too. So that's a good sign. But the growth rate here is evident that boron is working. If I've not used any fertilizer and we're looking more aggressive than last year, good sign here. I think you're going to see a massive uptick in growth and production. So I'll wait a little longer. When those catkins become more pronounced, it'll be way easier to see it. All right, let's try one more. Which tree? All right, this one here's the one that I think could take over as the top producer at some point. Now that this tree here probably won't be producing this year, let's see what we got. Yep, they're just starting. Right there on the end. Let's see if this limb's got it. Not quite yet. Soon enough, this one here will be producing more catkins. Right now, it's still a lot of heavy growth. Yeah, here's the limb showing more. This is the main part of the limb. Right there. And I see some folded up in that growth right there. So another 5 to 7 days, this will really be jumping out as far as catkin production. But we are producing them. We are producing them quite heavily in some trees, and other trees are just now getting going. And I'll show another video when they're way more pronounced and it's easier to figure out what's what on these trees. So there's your quick update. A lot of heavy growth occurring. That's exactly what I wanted to see. You can see some are further along than others. Bigger leaves, fatter leaves versus the smaller ones right now. That tree was a little late to the party to get started, and it'll probably be a late bloomer this year. All right, guys, chestnuts are growing. Only one hiccup. That's the only tree, literally the only tree that has Ambrosia beetle on it. That's better than the two, or actually the five trees I found last year. So we're reducing it. Now I got to clean this up, get rid of it, and I think we're definitely going to see a reduction in the Ambrosia, and I'm probably going to have to spend more money for better fertilizer to strengthen these trees to help combat that problem. All right, guys, hope you enjoy this video. You all have a great day.